Does this look familiar? Your engine bay, often hidden, silently collecting grime. But a neglected engine isn't just an eyesore. It can hide problems and even lower your car's value. What if I told you that you can transform this into this? In this video, I'll show you how to super clean your car's engine bay, taking it from neglected to showroom ready. Get ready to give your car's heart the shine it deserves. Now, before we even think about grabbing a brush or a hose, we've got a crucial disclaimer and a word on safety. Listen closely because this part is non-negotiable. When you're dealing with water and electricity, especially around sensitive vehicle electronics, there are inherent risks. We are not going to be blasting this engine with a pressure washer. That's a recipe for disaster. Our approach will be gentle, calculated, and focused on protection. First and foremost, your engine must be completely cold. I cannot stress this enough. If you've been driving, let your car sit for at least a few hours, ideally overnight. Why? Because spraying cold water onto a hot engine can cause thermal shock, potentially cracking delicate components. Plus, hot surfaces will evaporate your cleaning products too quickly, leaving stubborn residue, and you definitely don't want to risk painful steam burns. Always work in a well-ventilated area, ideally outdoors or in an open garage, to make sure any fumes from the cleaning products can disperse safely. And finally, your personal protective equipment is mandatory. You must wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from splashes of dirt or cleaning solution, and chemical-resistant gloves to shield your hands from degreasers and cleaners. Trust me, you don't want these chemicals on your skin or in your eyes. Safety first, always. Alright, with our safety warnings covered, it's time to talk preparation. This is arguably the most crucial step because thorough prep makes the actual cleaning much easier and, more importantly, much safer. First up, let's gather everything we'll need. Think of this as building your engine bay cleaning arsenal. For cleaning solutions, you'll want a good all-purpose cleaner, something dilutable and automotive safe, not too harsh. Next, an automotive-specific degreaser is essential for tackling stubborn oil and grease spots. You can also have some regular car wash soap on hand for general grime, if you like. And finally, for that finishing touch, an engine bay dressing or protectant. Look for one that's water-based and silicone-free, especially for plastics and rubber. When it comes to brushes, you'll need a variety. A stiff bristle brush is great for heavy grime on metal surfaces. Then, a set of soft detailing brushes in various sizes will let you get into all those intricate areas around wires and on plastic components without scratching them. A long-handled brush can also be really handy for reaching deeper spots. You'll go through quite a few towels and cloths. Stack up plenty of microfiber towels for drying and applying your dressing. And have some old towels or rags ready for initial wipe downs and absorbing excess water. For your water source, all you need is a standard garden hose with a spray nozzle set to a gentle mist. I cannot emphasize this enough. Absolutely no high-pressure washer. That's just asking for trouble with electronics. You'll also want a couple of buckets, one for your soap solution and one for rinse water. And finally, a few other handy items. An air compressor or a leaf blower is highly recommended for drying. It blasts water out of places towels can't reach. With our tools ready, let's open the hood and do a quick assessment of the engine bay. Just get a general idea of how dirty it is and identify any particularly problematic areas, maybe some heavy grease spots or a buildup of leaves. Before we introduce any liquids, we want to get rid of all the loose stuff. Use your shop vac or some compressed air to easily remove any leaves, dust bunnies, or large dirt clumps that are just sitting there. This makes a huge difference and prevents it from turning into muddy sludge later. Now, here's a critical decision point that affects your safety and how you approach this whole process. Should you remove your car's battery before cleaning? This isn't a one-size-fits-all answer, so let's break it down. Option A, removing the battery. This is my top recommendation, especially if you're new to this or plan on using more water. Benefits: it completely eliminates any risk of short circuits or accidental electrical damage, giving you maximum peace of mind. Plus, you get much better access to truly clean the battery tray and hidden areas. Drawbacks: it adds a bit of effort. Batteries are heavy, so lift safely. You might also lose electrical memory for things like radio presets or the clock, and you'll need a secure place to store it temporarily. Remember, always disconnect the negative terminal first, black cable, then the positive, red cable. Remove any clamps, then lift it out carefully. Place it safely away from your car. Option B, keeping the battery in. This is an option if you prefer to save a little time and avoid resetting your car's memory. The benefits are simply that it's slightly less effort and you don't lose your electrical memory. However, the disadvantages come with a higher risk of electrical short or damage. Even with covers, water has a way of finding its way into unexpected places. If you choose this route, you must be extra diligent with protecting sensitive components and using only the bare minimum of water. So whether you remove the battery or not, protecting the sensitive components in your engine bay is absolutely critical. We're talking about things like your alternator, the main fuse boxes, any exposed electrical connectors or sensors, and especially your air intake. You definitely don't want water getting in there. If your car has an exposed ECU or engine control unit, protect that with extreme care. Grab your plastic bags, plastic wrap, or aluminum foil. You want to create a secure, waterproof barrier. For your alternator, carefully wrap it completely with a plastic bag, and you can even use some tape to really seal it up. Make sure the lids on your fuse boxes are tightly closed, and if they're not, wrap them thoroughly. Okay, with our engine bay prepped and protected, it's time for the main event, the super cleaning process. Get ready to see some grime disappear. Step 1. The initial gentle rinse. First things first, let's give this whole bay a very light initial rinse. And I mean light. Remember, the engine is cold, and we're using low pressure only. Set your hose nozzle to the gentlest mist setting. Think of it like a light rain, not a waterfall. We're just aiming to pre-wet the surfaces and start loosening some of that surface dirt. Go over the entire bay briefly, but absolutely avoid any direct, prolonged streams on those areas we covered. We just want to mist it, not soak it. Step 2. Apply degreaser and all-purpose cleaner. Now, let's bring in the cleaners. We're going to apply our degreaser first, specifically targeting those heavily soiled areas. Look for any oil stains, caked-on grease on the engine block, or tough spots on the underside of the hood. Really hit those areas directly. Once the degreaser is on, grab your all-purpose cleaner for the rest of the grime. Spray this on plastic shrouds, hoses, painted surfaces, and any other reachable metal. We want good, even coverage. Let these products dwell for about 3 to 5 minutes, or whatever your manufacturer recommends. But critical point, do not let them dry on the surface. If you see it starting to dry, just give it a quick, light mist with water to keep it activated. Step 3. Agitation and scrubbing. This is where the magic really happens, agitation. We got our degreaser working on the tough spots and our all-purpose cleaner doing its job, but now we need to physically scrub that dirt away. Start with your stiff bristle brush on those heavily degreased areas where oil and baked-on grime are. Apply some good old-fashioned elbow grease to break that down. For the rest of the engine bay, all those plastic shrouds, hoses, and general dusty surfaces, you can use your all-purpose cleaner directly or dip your soft detailing brush into a bucket of diluted car wash soap. Work into crevices around wiring, hoses, clamps, and plastic components with these softer brushes. They'll help you get into every intricacy without causing any damage. And don't forget the underside of the hood. It collects a surprising amount of dust and grime. Use an appropriate brush or even an old towel here with your all-purpose cleaner or soapy water. The key is to work systematically. Go section by section to ensure you don't miss any spots and thoroughly work those cleaning solutions into all the dirt. You should see the grime lifting. Step 4. The second gentle rinse. Alright, time for our second rinse. And just like before, it's all about gentle, low pressure. If your engine bay is particularly large, you might want to rinse one section at a time to prevent any cleaning solutions from drying out. Use that gentle spray to thoroughly rinse away all the cleaners and loosen dirt. Be very thorough, but still extremely careful around your covered sensitive areas. The goal here is to remove all cleaning solution residue to prevent any spotting or corrosion later on. No direct blasting, just a controlled, even rinse. Step 5. Drying the engine bay. This next step is perhaps the most critical to prevent any issues, drying the engine bay. Our goal is to get it as dry as humanly possible. I highly recommend using an air compressor or a leaf blower for this initial water removal. It's incredibly effective at blowing water out of every tiny crevice, gap, and from underneath components where towels just can't reach. Take your time with this, really blasting into all the hidden spots. After that, follow up by blotting all accessible surfaces with clean, dry microfiber towels. Now here's an optional but highly recommended step for thorough drying. Once you've done your initial manual and forced air drying, if you remove your battery, go ahead and reinstall it now. Then, start your engine and let it idle for about 5 to 10 minutes. The engine's heat will work wonders in evaporating any stubborn, lingering moisture. Just make absolutely sure all your protective covers are still securely on sensitive electronics during this idling phase. After the idling, or if you skipped it, do a final, meticulous wipe down with a clean, dry microfiber towel. Look for any drips, puddles, or missed spots. We want this bay bone dry before our final step. The finishing touches, protection, and shine. Alright, our engine bay is clean and dry. Now comes the rewarding part, the finishing touches to truly make it shine and protect it. Apply dressing/protectant. And for the grand finale, applying our engine bay dressing or protectant. I highly recommend a water-based, silicone-free product for this. Why? Because water-based dressings won't leave a greasy residue that attracts dust, and being silicone-free is generally safer for components like belts and hoses in the long run. Spray it directly onto all your plastic components, rubber hoses, and any accessible painted surfaces. Then, use a clean foam applicator pad or dedicated microfiber towel to spread that dressing evenly. This step is incredible. It instantly restores that factory new look, brings back the luster to dull plastics, and importantly, provides a layer of protection against UV fading and drying out. It's like moisturizer for your engine bay. Finally, take one last thorough look. Grab your flashlight and meticulously inspect every nook and cranny. Check for any missed spots, any lingering residue, or, heaven forbid, any remaining moisture. Make sure everything is dry and shining perfectly. And there you have it. From grime to gleam, our engine bay has undergone a complete transformation. Just look at the difference. This isn't just about making things look good, though that's certainly a huge bonus. Remember all those benefits we talked about? Now, inspecting for potential leaks is a breeze. Heat can dissipate more efficiently, and if you ever decide to sell your car, this level of detail truly speaks volumes. You've not only enhanced your vehicle's aesthetics, but also made it easier to maintain its health down the road. And the best part? Once you've done this deep clean, maintaining it is surprisingly simple. A quick dusting or a spot clean every few weeks will keep it looking this fantastic without needing another major overhaul anytime soon. I hope this comprehensive guide on how to super clean your car's engine bay was incredibly helpful. If you found this video valuable, please hit that like button, leave a comment below to let me know if you'll be giving this a try, and don't forget to subscribe for more car care tips and tricks. Your support truly helps the channel. Thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video.